Yo, what's good with you boys, man? My name is Damien, also known as qybii. How's everyone doing today? And we're back again, continue the series of uploading every single team's prediction for next season and how the off-season went. I've still got like 20-something teams to go, bro. And the season literally starts in 4 days, but it's all good, I got this. If y'all haven't seen your team already, make sure you look at the previous videos down below. If not, your team will be coming up very, very soon. And if you haven't told by the highlights by now, we're looking at the Los Angeles Clippers today. If you're new around here, please drop a like and subscribe. Any support would mean the absolute world to me. I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to hit 200 subscribers by the end of the month. Without further ado, let's get stuck in today's video. The Los Angeles Clippers are the definition of we're not there just yet, but we're getting there and we'll be there soon. But they've been like that for the last few years, or even as long as I can remember, even back in the Lob City days. I guess it's really hard for the general management and the whole front office to put a championship team together when none of them's actually never been involved in one before. Last season as well, the Los Angeles Clippers would actually have a really good season. They'd actually get a lot more games out of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard what everyone thought they would. They both stayed relatively healthy for the whole entire season, but the playoffs are a different story. We'll talk about that later down the line. In a matter of fact, Kawhi Leonard actually played the most games since 2016-17 NBA season. And yes, that was back when he was with the San Antonio Spurs. So obviously Kawhi Leonard was really healthy this season, which compelled the Los Angeles Clippers to a 51-31 record in the season. It was looking like a great year for them, and maybe it potentially could have been the year that they pushed towards the NBA Finals. Because with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, they've literally only made it to the conference finals once and passed the second round once. And it would be the exact same thing with Paul George, who had played the most games since 2018-19 season, and those were when he was with the OKC Thunder. So obviously it's a dream scenario for the regular season for these two guys, and also for the Clippers organization, who your two highest players, obviously you want them to play as much games as they possibly could, and they did exactly that, both playing the most games they'll have in about 5 years. We wouldn't even be a quarter away during the season, and the Clippers will make a blockbuster trade by acquiring James Harden. The Clippers wouldn't have to give up too much, but it still was a fair bit. They'd give away Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, KJ Martin Jr., Nicholas Batum, a 2028 projected first-round pick, and 2 second-round picks. If I'm a Clippers fan, I'm really happy with this trade. You're not giving up a whole ton. And this means the first time in a long time, James Harden and Russell Westbrook will be teaming up alongside 2 other superstars, and no doubt 2 future Hall of Famers. You'd think they'd instantly just come in and work things out, right? That, my friend, is when you're 100% wrong. They would lose their first 7 games together, and something needed to change ASAP. That's when the veteran core of Russell Westbrook came in and said to Tyronn Lue, I'll come off the bench to try train something here. And they would put Trey Mann in the starting lineup, and it'll pay dividends. After the lineup change and a few other adjustments for the ball handling and the isolation, they would win 24 out of the next 30 games. That was just unbelievable stretch from them. And get this right as well, James Harden will play 72 games. That's the most he's played since his MVP season. So everything went possibly right for you guys. James Harden was looking like a true point guard after playing shooting guard all his life, averaging a cool 17 and 9 assists on the whole season. And everyone was looking relatively healthy. Everyone was fitting in their spots beautifully. Paul George was shooting 40% from the field. Or should I say 3-point line? Gee, damn. They had guys like Norman Powell, Amir Coffey, Mason Plumlee, Russell Westbrook off the bench. This team was looking beautiful come towards the playoffs, and then it all just came crashing down when Kawhi Leonard would injure his knee towards the end of the regular season and only played in 2 playoff games. And in those 2 playoff games, he was better off just not playing at all. That's how quickly things just came crashing down for the Clippers. It was looking like a beautiful season. I think they were finally ready to make the push towards the NBA Finals. And unfortunately, just stuff after stuff just keeps happening to him. I guess it's just an absolute curse that Kawhi Leonard has never gone for a playoffs with the Clippers healthy before. That is just absurd if you ask me, and the Clippers are going to have to somehow try to pay this man the next couple of seasons. And then the off-season comes around. So the 2023-24 NBA season for the Clippers came to an end after they would lose to the Clippers in just 5 games. All just came crashing down. There was only really one player that had a good series, and that was Paul George. Their bench players like Westbrook and Plumlee, I ain't even gonna lie to you, they had awful playoffs last year. And this is where it came for some changes for Los Angeles Clippers. Obviously, if you're a basketball fan or you're a Clippers fan in general, you know for a fact that you guys have a new arena coming this season. You guys are going for a whole entire rebrand. If you haven't seen every rebranding, I'll chuck it on screen for you now. The new jerseys, the new logo, they look beautiful. But anyway, back to the off-season moves. And the first big mistake is Paul George is gonna leave. If you guys didn't know, Los Angeles Clippers were going to extend Kawhi Leonard during the 2023-24 regular season. And Paul George wanted the exact same treatment, but they couldn't offer the exact same. The Clippers were set to keep Paul George and Kawhi Leonard together for as long as possible. For some reason, the Clippers front office just wouldn't give Paul George a no-trade clause. Paul George is willing to take up to $20 million less, but all he wanted was a no-trade clause because of his family reasons. Just to always know that he wouldn't be traded because he loved the city of Los Angeles as well. He wanted to be a Clipper for the rest of his career. But unfortunately, the Clippers just wouldn't budge. They wouldn't give him a no-trade clause. Because for Paul George, it was either get up the same amount as Kawhi Leonard or take the $20 million less and have a no-trade clause. But then they started kind of F-stuffing him around a little bit and just trying to give him a 3-year deal instead of a 4-year deal. And that's when he's going to go join Philadelphia 76ers on a maximum 3-year deal. The Clippers lost big time in this trade. And they're also going to lose Russell Westbrook. Everyone just keeps making fun of Russ, but it was actually such a big part of what they were trying to do last season coming off that bench. And especially taking ownership and leadership once James Harden came, he knew that it was Harden's spot and just politely went to the bench and just went about his business. Every single team in the league needs an energy guy like Russell Westbrook. Obviously, no shit, he's not in his prime anymore. But every team just needs a guy like him. He's energetic, comes off the bench, does his thing, gives 120,000% on both ends of the floor. Look right there on your screen. He's just always just energetic, getting up there for the lobs, and always is willing 150 million% willing to play any role that the coach is going to give him. If you're a Lakers fan, you know if you know. But the first actual move they're going to make in the offseason, they're going to re-sign James Harden for 2 years, $70 million. I mean, why are you going to pay James Harden $70 million for 2 years but not give Paul George the extra year or no trade clause? It just doesn't make sense. James Harden is definitely not worth 70 M's for 2 years. But it is what it is. This is why I despise the Clippers so much. The Clippers are going to draft Cam Christie, the younger brother of Lakers wing Max Christie. Not too much to say there. It's just a rookie. He's going to come up during the G League. He's going to hopefully be great for you guys in the future. I know Clippers fans don't want to hear about the future. You guys are definitely in win now mode. I don't blame you. Pretty much Russell Westbrook opted back into a sign and trade with the Los Angeles Clippers. So he opted into his contract and they worked out a deal to get him off the team in a free agent. So he got traded back to the Jazz, where he got traded afterwards with the Lakers. And obviously they agreed on before they trade that they're going to release Russ as a free agent. So Russell got his money and he could sign a new deal with the team, which was the Denver Nuggets. They're going to pick up Kevin Porter. Kevin Porter Jr. was obviously in a lot of off-court drama come last season and actually didn't play in the NBA last season at all. I didn't get too off topic about off-court details on this channel, but it's just good to see him back in the league and hopefully he can come hoop out. Just to remind everyone how good of a bowler he actually was. He was actually playing really good basketball in the preseason. And back to that Russell trade, they ended up getting Chris Dunn, the point guard from Utah Jazz, and a couple of second-round picks for him. There's obviously just room that the Utah Jazz made to give Lauri Markkanen that massive extension this offseason. That will come at a later date when I do the Jazz video eventually. The Clippers are also going to pick up Mo Bamba and Derrick Jones Jr. Derrick Jones Jr. was a massive part of what the Dallas Mavericks were trying to do last season into winning a championship. So they're both actually great pickups. Mo Bamba didn't play much basketball last year. He was catching DMPs on the 76ers. And they're also going to bring back Nicholas Batum. It feels like he's played for the Clippers in the 76ers 20,000 times, but he's back as a Clipper. And the former first-round pick from Charlotte Hornets, Kai Jones, who had a lot of off-court drama, he's back in the NBA and he's looking great. He had a great preseason. He actually led the entire preseason in blocks. And they ended up converting him to a two-way player, so now he's officially on the roster, which is just great to hear. Same with Kevin Porter Jr. And the last off-season move they're going to make is they're going to re-sign Trey Mann to a nice little extension for 3 years. So Clippers fans, I don't know what you want me to tell you, but the matter of fact that you guys are going to hang in there. This isn't a better squad than what you guys had last year, but I really want all of y'all to come and prove me wrong, bro. I'm a Lakers fan, so automatically people just think I hate the Clippers. It's just a stupid-ass metaphor. I actually don't mind the Clippers at all. I love James Harden, I love Kawhi Leonard, I also love Paul George. He's not there anymore, but I still love him. And I want to see y'all succeed and make it past the second round with Kawhi Leonard and James Harden as your two main front runners. We could see James Harden average 25 and 10 assists, who we just don't know yet. And especially since Kawhi Leonard's out to start the 2024-25 season, you just don't know what to expect. But my hard prediction is this team's going to be a play-in team. I know it's harsh to say, and I promise I do not hate y'all. It's just a matter of fact, this team isn't a better team than what you guys were last season. And even then, the cause kind of proved that they can't win together. So even though Paul George is gone, you guys got a new sort of thing going on. It's just hard to say you guys will make it past the second round considering you guys only did it once with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. I guess the Clippers can call the Paul George era, I guess, a fail. You guys actually really didn't do much of it. Guys were always in contention. It was just always Kawhi getting injured. Or even when you're on the bubble, y'all just weren't locked in on the bubble. You guys, that could have been your year. It could have been Lakers and Clippers right in the Western Conference Finals. But you want to choke a 3-1 lead to the Denver Nuggets. See, that is just tough. That's just locked in. You're in a bubble isolated to play basketball for a championship. And you have Lou Williams go to the strip club and getting wings. What is up with that? But please, I want y'all to prove me wrong so bad. I want to see this team succeed. I want to see Kawhi Leonard and James Harden succeed. I want to see Harden get a ring. I just want y'all to be good, but I can't believe in it. So without further ado, this has been your boy QB. Thank you so much for all the love and support. I've actually gained a lot of views and subs the last couple of weeks or so. Make sure to like and sub if you're new around here, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.